Hey man, say man, come on man. Let's go with the show. Welcome to the Royal Figures Network show. We're about to talk about DeWanna Bonner. She is on the Indiana Fever team, man. I want to know in the comment sections. Y'all let me know in the comment section on how do you feel about DeWanna Bonner joining the Indiana Fever. Let me tell you this, man. I believe it's nothing but a positive fit. As long as you know what I'm saying, her attitude and everything, the chemistry matches well. You have Aaliyah Boston is very excited to have her on the squad. I know Caitlin Clark is excited to have her on the squad. Let me tell you something. When you have Lexi Hull and then you have a player like DeWanna Bonner, that's coming on the team that can actually create her own shot. It's a good spot up shooter and a good jump shooter, and she can slash to the basket as well. And she plays somewhat decent defense. Let me tell you something, man. I believe the Indiana Fever has quickly become one of the favorite teams to make it to the WNBA Finals. And I'm not just speaking cap. I'm speaking very serious. When you know that work that Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston, the core nucleus of the team has been putting in during the offseason, you can't help but get excited and put this team up there as being one of the top favorite teams to make it to the WNBA Finals. So let's kind of go ahead and get into this press conference that DeWanna Bonner had did, and I'm gonna give you my opinion on it a little bit later. Let's get right into it.
Not sure we have much more to say after that. But we'll start with Scott. Mhm.
That
Feel
reporter
like
need
he
to
can be
speak
most
up. Yeah.
impactful to a younger team that's on the rise at the moment?
This decision was kind of selfish. I thought about me, my family. My kids are 3.5 hours up the road, so that was huge. So um, just getting an opportunity to spend a little bit more time with them, and also joining a team that's just impressive. I think everybody's seen the second half of their season, and it was an unbelievable season. And I just felt like they had a dynamic core, and I just wanted to be another puzzle piece into what they had. And hopefully, I can give my knowledge, my leadership, and give it to these young players. So when I retire, they can pass it along. So I feel like they're young, but I also feel like they're a great young. They don't need too much coaching and too much leadership. They kind of figure it out themselves, and I'm just hoping that I can add to it and make basketball a little easier for them, and as well they can make it a little easier for me.
We'll go to Tony.
Tony East with the next. DeWanna, you mentioned the impressive second half for this team
Mhm.
last year. You also went against them
Mm.
in the postseason. What stood out about the group in that setting, and in what way did that influence your decision to come here?
I just think the fight. The first game, of course, I feel like it was a little bit of a shock, and the way they came out the second game, all we kept saying was like, no, we can't take it back home. We can't take it to Indy. We can't take it to Indy because of the crowd. But the way they came out and fought and almost got that second game just shows the type of players that they have and the vision that they want to go to. And me, I want to win. I'm a winner. I feel like that's kind of been where I am my whole career, and I don't see myself taking a step back. And I just feel like just adding to what they have that we can take this thing to a different level.
Yeah, Chloe Peterson, Indy Star. I have one for both DeWanna and Steph. Obviously, DeWanna, how did Steph coming here impact your decision? And then Steph, just what does she bring, or what did she bring to Connecticut that she can
Mhm.
also bring here?
I don't know if Steph had much of an impact more than Amber and Kelly, honestly. Steph kind of just let me, sit back and make my own decision. She's just been a great friend for me and a great mentor for me, and she took my game to a different level. Her and the coaching staff at Connecticut. So I feel like I had my best seasons in Connecticut with them. I just learned a lot under them. So of course it was just going to be like, okay, I don't have to learn the whole new system 15 years in. Like that's kind of crazy. So that that kind of impacted my decision there. But I think it was more so Amber. I've been with her for what 4 years. Every year that she's been in this league, she's come after me and made me feel important, made me feel like I'm going to be well taken care of, and I trust her and I trust the vision of this franchise. So I'm just lucky to be a part of it 15 years in on a franchise that's growing so much for women's sport.
Yeah, I think from that standpoint, yes, I wanted DB to be able to feel free from the pressure of us when she was making her decision because it was a difficult decision. She knows us, and I say us because it's not just me. Like our staff is is I feel like one of the best staffs, if not the best staff in the league. And because we understand how to work well with one another, because we each have strengths that are the other person's weaknesses. But we also are highly focused on putting our players in positions to be successful. So we didn't really have to sell DB on that. She knew kind of who we were, and we're a collective kind of one, right? But as far as wanting DB here, I mean, that was a no-brainer. She is a Hall of Famer, number one. She is a great teammate, number two. And she's a tremendous leader. And it doesn't have to be vocally. It's by example in everything that she does. You don't play this long at this high of level in this league without understanding on a daily basis what
I would
it
agree with
takes
that.
to be great.
I would
what
definitely
it
agree with
takes
that.
to be successful. And so just being around her, our young players can learn about that.
Good
I
for
think the
Stephanie
second
White
thing
for
is
picking her up.
she fits where we are. She fits how we want to play. She fits the personnel that we have. I love her reference of being a puzzle piece. I mean, we have a young core that we're building around. She doesn't have to. We don't have to run her through the ringer like we've had to in the past. But it's a huge piece because of her ability to do what she does on the floor, and because of who she is in the locker room, and because of the wisdom that she can present to our team on a daily basis.
James Boyd, the athletic. DeWanna, you and Caitlin had a moment in the playoffs last year. Pretty fun one. But how do you think that competitive spirit between you two can push each other? And then secondly, how do you think it can fit with her, just complimentary wise on the court play style?
I'm glad you asked that question because my inbox has been going crazy about that moment. But I think it's just two competitive players that want to win and push their team to get over the finish line. It's playoffs, so uh, emotions are high, tension is high. But um, I can be more excited to step on the court with Caitlin. We actually had a great workout this morning, and I think we just feed well off each other. So I'm just here to hopefully give my little leadership advice. I don't feel like I need to push her to be any type of player that she isn't already is, and I'm just happy to be here, and I hope that I can give her some knowledge to take her game to a different level. So when I retire, she can pass that along, to other players. Coming to this league is not easy by any means, and especially her path. But to see what she's already done for this league and in this organization is kind of insane, and you don't see that a lot in rookies. So um, hopefully, like I said, I can make her life a little easier. Not just her, the whole team, but hopefully she can make my life a little easier.
Reggie Edwards, Indie Sports Daily.
And let me just say this. Let me just say this. That right there with DeWanna Bonner, I believe she's going to be a good fit for the team. I believe you can only do nothing but add what that team is going to bring, or what she is going to bring to this team. Like I said, she is very good from the outside. She can hit three-pointers. She can hit the 17-footer. She's very feisty. She's very determined. She plays defense as well. If you know that Connecticut Sun team that Stephanie White had built over there, man, they was built on defense. And you can't help but think that same type of mentality, Stephanie White, the new head coach for the Indiana Fever, is going to bring that type of talent back to the Indiana Fever. And that's something that I know for me that I'm excited about, because I know it's going to bring nothing but positive energy throughout that whole organization. So let's kind of break it down right here with the roster right here. Let's break this down. So as you can see right here with the roster is, you got DeWanna Bonner, who they just picked up. You have Jaylen Brown. You have Sydney Colson. Then you have Sophie Cunningham, who is a great pickup. Sophie Cunningham is a great pickup for the Indiana Fever. She definitely can hit her shots, and that's what Caitlin Clark needs, right? Caitlin Clark is going to need shooters around her, because now teams can't just double team and focus on Caitlin Clark, even though Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston was fire. But just imagine now you're able to spread the court even wider for Caitlin Clark, which means is that if you're coming, when Caitlin Clark breaks the defense down, she have teammates around her that can hit wide open jump shots. So DeWanna Bonner, you're going to get even more open jump shots. Sophie Cunningham, you're going to get even more open jump shots. And that's something I'm excited about with this new team. Now, another pickup that they got, which I'm very excited about, right here you have Erica Wheeler. I like Erica Wheeler, that pickup right there. And it's another teammate that they have too as well. She's actually coming from the actual Dallas Wings. This girl right here, man, Natasha Howard, she can play. Natasha Howard can play. She's older, but she's a veteran. As you can see her 2024 regular season stats, 17 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game, 3 assists, and about a 1.5 steals per game. She is a Dennis Rodman type player that does not mind banging the board. She does not, and she can actually have some post moves down on the block, and she can shoot that 10 to 15 foot jump shot consistently. So what am I saying here? What am I saying here about the Indiana Fever? This is what I'm saying, y'all, is that for me, it is good to see the Indiana Fever growing their bench. It is good to see them growing their team, because at the end of the day, this is what you want. At the end of the day, when you have a team that is growing and you're adding these good pieces to your team, they're going to be one of my favorite teams to watch during the WNBA seasons, and also one of my favorite teams to push it forward to possibly be one of those teams that can make it to the WNBA finals. So let's kind of get in and watch the rest of this actual press conference to see what DeWanna Bonner had to say about joining the Indiana Fever.
There is a lot of buzz and excitement around this team right now, similar to last season. Coming in, I know this is your first day officially in Indianapolis, but how much time have you had to talk to your new teammates, the ones coming in for the first time, the ones still here from last season, about really what kind of damage you guys can really do as a new team?
I don't think you can really talk about that. It's a process. We haven't been on the court together yet, so of course on paper a roster can look great, but it's going to take
That's true.
what we do in this practice gym, outside of this practice gym, how we stay locked in. As Steph said, keep the main thing the main thing, and it's a process. We want to be better than we were in well, as Steph says, I got this from her too, but better than we are in May, than June. You know, in July, you can't really think about winning a final or a championship. This league is tough. Every game is going to be tough. The league has changed so much, so it's going to be a building block. So can't get too high, can't get too low, and once the team come around and everybody gets together, it just started from ground zero. It's a totally different team, and I can't really focus on people saying we're going to win a final or go to the finals. It's going to be what we do in our goals.
And that's it. That's it. Well said. Well said. I believe it was well said in what she was saying. In other words, man, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. We're going to take this game by game, and we're going to see where we're going to be. As long as we continue to put the work in, we're going to go from there. But let me just tell you another player that I like that they picked up from the Las Vegas Aces, Sydney Colson. She's a guard. Even though last season she scored only 2.5 points per game, but let me tell you about Sydney Colson. Sydney Colson is a great player that provides energy. She plays defense. She's very good team player. She has that camaraderie. She's passionate. She has a lot of fight inside of her, and that type of energy is what you need on every basketball team. Someone who's going to provide that spark of good positive energy, that emotion that you need to push you through, especially during those tough games where you're playing against a team that's coming at you. She is not going to back down. So I definitely like that picked up by Sydney Colson, and I believe Stephanie White, with her energy and with her strategic mindset as a great coach, she's going to bring that to the Indiana Fever and be able to expand expand Caitlin Clark to a whole nother level, and her teammates Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and Lexi Hull, who's coming off a good season, and the rest of the Indiana Favor new and veteran squad. And I'm excited about this WNBA season. Y'all let me know in the comment section, where do you think that the Indiana Fever is going to end up at the end of the season? Do you think they have a chance to make it to the WNBA finals? Let me know. I want to hear from you in the comment section. Until next time, man, y'all stay tuned to the next video.